This broadcast has been activated because of something you saw on a perfectly bright, sunny day. You were walking outside, and you saw it in your peripheral vision. A shadow that moved when its object did not. The shadow of a lamppost that bent the wrong way. The shadow of a bird that stayed on the ground. You blinked, and it was normal again. You dismissed it. You told yourself it was a trick of the eye. We are here to tell you the truth. You are not imagining it. The shadows are alive, and they have noticed you. The entities are designated Umbral Predators. They are not ghosts or demons. They are a form of life from a two-dimensional plane, intersecting with our three-dimensional world. Our world's light is their sky, and our shadows are their camouflage. They are perfectly flat hunters, and the ground beneath your feet is their hunting ground. They have existed alongside us for eons, silent and unseen, but something has changed. They are becoming more active. They are becoming bolder. How can a 2D being exist in our world? The theory of interdimensional anchoring suggests that strong light sources, like our sun, create anchor points where their reality can bleed into ours. Shadows are not just an absence of light. They are thin points in the fabric of space-time. The Umbral Predators use these thin points as doorways. They are not made of darkness. They are the darkness itself, given life and a predatory instinct. These predators have one primary hunting trigger: movement. Their two-dimensional senses cannot perceive stationary objects well. To them, a still person is no different from a rock or a building. But the moment you move, you create a disturbance on their plane. Your moving shadow is a beacon. It is a dinner bell. The first rule of survival is the most counterintuitive. When you see a shadow move on its own, your instinct will be to run. This is a fatal mistake. Running is how you mark yourself as prey. Case File 001. Chloe, a jogger. Her fitness tracker and a nearby security camera provide the data for our analysis. She was jogging in a park on a clear afternoon. The footage shows the shadow of a park bench stretching and detaching, flowing across the grass towards her. Chloe, seeing this impossible event, understandably panicked and broke into a sprint. This was her death sentence. The Umbral Predator, now locked onto her movement, matched her speed instantly, slowing across the ground like a spill of ink. A hunt is terrifyingly silent. There is no sound, no roar, no footsteps. There is only the sight of a patch of impossible darkness gliding across the ground, ignoring all obstacles. It can flow up walls, across water, through fences. It is not bound by the physics of our world, only by the surface it travels on. The only thing you will hear is the sound of your own heart pounding in your chest as the unnatural shadow gains on you. What happens when it catches you? The footage of Chloe is difficult to watch. As the predator's shadow flowed over her own, her shadow simply vanished. Then Chloe herself froze, her expression slack. She stood perfectly still for 3.7 seconds before collapsing. There were no marks on her body, no signs of a struggle. Medically, she died of sudden, massive neurological failure. The predator doesn't consume flesh. It consumes the bioelectric energy that animates you. It consumes your life force. This brings us to the second most critical rule. Stay absolutely still. If you see a shadow move, you must fight every instinct in your body. Freeze. Do not breathe. Do not blink. Become a statue. The predator, drawn by the initial movement, will approach. It will flow around you, examining you. It is testing to see if you are prey. If you do not move, its primitive senses will eventually classify you as a non-living object, like a tree or a lamppost, and it will move on. This examination is a terrifying test of wills. It can last for seconds, or for what feels like an eternity. It will try to provoke a reaction. The air around you will grow cold. You might feel a faint, static pressure on your skin. It is waiting for you to flinch, to gasp, to make one single tiny movement. That is all it needs. The survivors of these encounters all report it as the most terrifying experience of their lives. A staring contest with a living void. Why are shadows their gateway? A more radical theory suggests that shadows are not just an absence of light on a 2D surface, but they are the 2D surface. They are micro-dimensions, flat universes that exist parallel to ours. The Umbral Predators are the apex lifeform of this shadowverse. When they hunt, they are not just moving across the ground. They are expanding their universe to overlap with yours, claiming your energy for their dimension. The predators are evolving. They have developed a more sophisticated hunting technique, the false shadow lure. They will project a shadow that looks like a small, non-threatening animal. A cat, a dog. Your instinct is to approach it, to call to it. This movement marks you. Or they will project a shadow that looks like another human, standing perfectly still in the distance. You might wave. They are learning to use your own empathy and curiosity against you. You might think you are safe indoors. You are wrong. Any light source creates a shadow. A lamp, a television, a computer monitor. The predators can use these shadows as well. People have reported seeing the shadow under their sofa move. The shadow of their coat hanging on a door that stretches and flows into the hallway. What happens at night? When the sun sets, the primary anchor point is gone. The predators become less active, more diffuse. They sleep, merging with the ambient darkness. This is why night feels safer from this specific threat. But do not be fooled. A single, strong light source in the darkness, a street lamp, a car's headlights, a full moon, can create a temporary anchor point, a small, isolated hunting ground in the middle of the night. A new, terrifying behavior has been observed. After consuming a victim, the predator sometimes retains a memory of their shadow. It will then use the victim's own shadow shape as a disguise. It will attach itself to another person, perfectly mimicking their shadow's movements, traveling with them, waiting. The host is completely unaware they are being followed by a predator wearing the shape of a person it has already killed. If a predator finds an area with a constant, predictable source of prey, a busy park, a school playground, a public square, it may nest. It will stop hunting actively and instead merge with the shadow of a large, permanent object, like a statue or a building. If you are forced to move, there is a third rule. Use the shadows. Do not run across open, sunlit ground. That makes you a clear target on a white canvas. You must move from shadow to shadow. Step only where it is already dark. To the predator, you will appear to be flickering in and out of existence. This can confuse its primitive senses, giving you a chance to break its lock on you. The very thing that hides the predator can also hide you. There is one offensive tactic, but it is risky and requires preparation. The predators are creatures of shadow. An overwhelming, sudden burst of light from multiple angles can bleach their form, temporarily dissolving their anchor to our plane. A circle of high-intensity flashlights or camera flashes aimed at the predator can cause it to recoil and dissipate. But if you miss, or if your light is not strong enough, you have only succeeded in announcing your exact location. This is not a localized event. Sightings are increasing globally, from the sun-drenched plazas of Rome to the bright streets of Tokyo. The phenomenon is growing. Are the walls between our dimensions becoming thinner? Is some cosmic event making our sun a more effective anchor? We do not have the answers. We only know that the hunting grounds are expanding. You now have the knowledge. You can never look at a bright, sunny day the same way again. Every shadow is now a source of potential dread. Every flicker of movement in your periphery is a question. Was it just a cloud passing over the sun? Or was it something else? You will find yourself watching the shadows of strangers, of cars, of buildings, looking for the telltale sign of impossible movement. Your paranoia is now your greatest survival tool. This broadcast is your only warning. The next time you are outside and the sun is bright and you see a shadow move when it shouldn't, freeze. Do not run. Become a statue. Pray it loses interest. Remember the rules. Your life depends on it. The world is not as bright and safe as you thought it was. The monsters were never hiding in the darkness of night. They were hiding in the darkness of the day, right at your feet.